Tony's path to greatness began in an unusual way. Growing up in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, as the younger brother of future NHL star Phil Esposito, Tony became a goalie through pure misfortune. According to Phil, Tony consistently lost a childhood game where the loser was forced to take the net. This humble beginning hardly predicted the greatness that would follow. Unlike most NHL prospects who followed the traditional junior hockey route, Esposito chose an unconventional path through American college hockey. At Michigan Tech, he became a three-time All-America selection and helped the Huskies win the 1965 NCAA championship. He was only the third American college player ever selected by an NHL team. This unique background may have contributed to his innovative approach that would later revolutionize goaltending. After a brief stint in the Western Hockey League, Esposito made his NHL debut with Montreal during the 1968-1969 season. He played just 13 games as a third-string goaltender behind veterans Gump Worsley and Rogie Vachon. When the Canadiens won the Stanley Cup that year, Esposito barely contributed. In what became one of hockey's most consequential mistakes, Montreal left the young goaltender unprotected in the 1969 intra-league draft. The Chicago Blackhawks immediately claimed him, a decision that would transform both franchises for the next decade. Being discarded by Montreal provided powerful motivation for Esposito. He would channel this rejection into a burning desire to prove his former team wrong, a motivation that Chicago fans would celebrate when their new goalie helped eliminate Montreal from the playoffs after his record-breaking rookie season. Esposito's first season with Chicago was nothing short of revolutionary. At age 26, he posted a 2.17 goals against average and set a modern NHL record with 15 shutouts in a single season. This incredible performance earned him the nickname Tony O, with the O representing the big zero on the scoreboard when he kept opponents scoreless. His dominance was so complete that he won both the Calder Memorial Trophy as Rookie of the Year and the Vezina Trophy as the league's top goaltender. He was even runner-up for the Hart Memorial Trophy as Most Valuable Player. But Esposito's success wasn't just about statistics. He was pioneering a completely new style of goaltending. While traditional goalies used a stand-up approach, Esposito developed what he called aggressive goaltending. He actively dropped to his knees to block shots with his pads, moving down on the ice to attack the puck rather than waiting for it to come to him. This technique, later formalized as the butterfly style, confounded shooters and laid the foundation for modern goaltending. His immediate success proved the effectiveness of this revolutionary approach. Following his legendary rookie campaign, Esposito established himself as the most durable and consistent goaltender of his era. For 15 seasons, he served as Chicago's unwavering anchor throughout the 1970s. His remarkable consistency and ability to handle an immense workload made him the ultimate workhorse. By decade's end, he led all NHL goaltenders with 311 wins, far surpassing his nearest competitors. He also topped the league with 56 shutouts during the 1970s. What made this even more impressive was that Esposito was the only goaltender to reach 300 wins during the 1970s. His reliability allowed him to accumulate career totals that remain Blackhawks franchise records today. He appeared in 886 games, compiled 423 wins, and recorded 76 shutouts. He still holds Chicago's all-time records for both victories and shutouts. Now I'm curious, what do you think made Tony Esposito such an incredible workhorse throughout his career? Was it his unique college background, his motivation from being discarded by Montreal, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible hockey stories like this one. Esposito's excellence becomes even more remarkable when you consider the state of the Blackhawks during his later career years. While Chicago was strong early in the decade, the team's performance declined after star forward Bobby Hull departed. This highlighted the unique position of goaltenders who can elevate average teams through individual brilliance but cannot single-handedly carry them to championships. Esposito's consistent statistical excellence on a team that was no longer a perennial contender stands as powerful proof of his personal talent and unwavering commitment. The debate over the greatest goaltenders of the 1970s centered on three Hall of Famers: Tony Esposito, Ken Dryden, and Bernie Parent. Each built compelling cases for supremacy, shaped by different aspects of greatness. Bernie Parent earned recognition for his two-season peak from 1973 to 1975, winning 2 Vezina trophies, 2 Stanley Cups, and 2 playoff MVP awards. Ken Dryden achieved remarkable success in a shorter career, winning 6 Stanley Cups in just 8 seasons with the dynastic Montreal Canadiens. Tony Esposito carved out his own unique place as the definitive workhorse and career king. His claim to greatness rested on sheer durability and sustained high-level performance over a longer period than his peers. His 3 Vezina trophies in 1970, 1972, and 1974, plus multiple All-Star selections, demonstrated consistent excellence that didn't depend on playing for a dynasty. While Parent and Dryden's legacies were tied to their team's success, Esposito's sustained excellence was a personal accomplishment earned without the benefit of a perennial powerhouse. Esposito's international performance provided a powerful counterpoint to his lack of Stanley Cup success with Chicago. In September 1972, he was one of 2 goaltenders for Team Canada in the landmark Summit Series against the Soviet Union, playing alongside Ken Dryden. Despite the team's initial struggles, Esposito was a standout performer. He played in 4 of 8 games, earning 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Statistically, he outshone both Dryden and legendary Soviet goalie Vladislav Tretiak, posting the lowest goals against average at 3.25 and a higher save percentage than his Canadian teammate. Esposito started Game 2 at Maple Leaf Gardens, helping Canada secure its first series victory, and was in goal for the crucial Game 7 victory in Moscow. His role went beyond statistics. During halftime of the decisive Game 8 with Canada trailing, Esposito delivered an inspiring speech to his teammates, proclaiming, "If those bastards can score 5 on me, then we can get enough in the third." This demonstrated his critical role in team morale and ultimate success. In a series representing national pride and Cold War tensions, Esposito proved his status as a world-class goaltender and winner on the biggest possible stage. Tony Esposito's career with Chicago was defined not only by individual brilliance, but also by recurring playoff disappointment. The first major heartbreak came in the 1971 Stanley Cup Final against Montreal. Chicago held a commanding 2-0 second-period lead in Game 7 before Montreal mounted a stunning comeback to win the Cup. The tragic irony was that Esposito was outdueled by Ken Dryden, representing the team that had discarded Tony. This repeated in 1973 when Chicago lost to Montreal again in 6 games. Esposito's playoff journey resulted in a unique record, most consecutive Stanley Cup playoff losses at 16 games. At first glance, this appears negative, but it's actually a testament to his remarkable durability and the sheer number of postseason games he played as Chicago's starter for over a decade. A player cannot accumulate such a record without being a consistent, reliable presence in the sport's highest stakes moments. The record represents unwavering commitment and longevity rather than failure. Off the ice, Esposito was known for his fiercely competitive personality. His brother Phil described him as very intense and miserable before games. Tony himself described his job as torture and admitted to blaming myself for losses from a young age. His pre-game rituals, including superstitions against crossed hockey sticks, were methods of managing the psychological toll of his position. Tony Esposito officially retired after the 1983 to 1984 season, concluding a remarkable 16-year career. His legacy was officially honored on November 20th, 1988, when Chicago retired his jersey number 35. Esposito remarked that while hundreds of players are in the Hall of Fame, having a jersey retired is an ultimate dream that only a handful achieve. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1988, and the Hockey News ranked him 79th on its list of the 100 greatest hockey players. Tony Esposito's legacy is a rich tapestry of pioneering innovation, statistical dominance, and fierce personal resolve. He was a goaltending maverick who reshaped the position through his butterfly style, influencing generations of netminders. As a workhorse, he was the most durable goaltender of his era, demonstrating sustained excellence over a longer period than many peers. The lack of a Stanley Cup with Chicago, particularly those painful defeats to the very team that discarded him, adds heroism to his story. However, this playoff heartbreak doesn't diminish his greatness. Instead, it highlights his unwavering commitment to a struggling franchise and personal excellence independent of team success. Ultimately, Tony Esposito's legacy is defined by his profound connection to Chicago. His retired number and ambassador role are tributes to a man who became the face of a franchise through his skill, intensity, and passion. So the next time someone calls Tony Esposito's career a tragedy, remember this: he was a pioneering legend whose enduring legacy remains inextricably linked to the team and city he made his own. If you enjoyed learning about this hockey legend, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments which hockey legend you'd like to see featured next.